Hello and welcome to National Focus for Tuesday, June 11, 2024. I am Aaliyah Martin. The headlines: Government clears outstanding debt to Midwestern State University. Boetica elects new village council at 17th inaugural meeting. And WUSC empowers farmers on access to finance and market readiness. The details of the headline stories and more when we return. Welcome back. For students on government scholarships, a weight has been lifted off their shoulders. Government has cleared its outstanding debt to Midwestern State University MSU, ensuring a brighter future for Dominican students enrolled at the institution. The significant payment clears all financial obligations, removing any registration or transcript holds previously placed on affected students. This means that students can now focus on their studies without financial burdens, paving the way forward for academic success. This milestone highlights government's commitment to investing in its youth and fostering their academic achievement. The government remains committed to creating opportunities for all Dominican students to achieve their full potential, both domestically and abroad. A call to the newly inaugurated Boetica Village Council for committed and responsible leadership. Julian Morris reports.
The call has come from the Honorable Dr. Irving McIntyre, representing the Prime Minister, Roosevelt Skerrit, at the Council's 17th inaugural meeting on Monday.
The work that Council does is integral to the development of our communities, especially in a time where the challenges we face have become more extreme. One of your more pressing responsibilities, for example, would involve strengthening the resilience of Boetica and surrounding communities against the increasing threat of climate change. We have seen the impact here of heavy rains and flooding. In December 2022, this area was severely affected by the trough system, which impacted the farming community and disrupted your livelihoods, requiring the quick intervention of central government.
Government stepped in at that critical time to provide livelihood support, restoring access to homes and farms and getting farmers in the southeast back on their feet.
In light of this experience and the extreme vulnerability of our island as a whole, as community leaders, you will need to remain alert and mindful as hurricane season progresses to help minimize the risk to your people during severe weather activity. As local leaders, you will need to emphasize the importance of preparedness, gather information, establish communication links with central agencies, and relay preparedness information back to community members. I want you to appreciate that you are now decision makers and you will play an important role in setting priorities, influencing policy direction, and bringing stakeholders together to achieve overall community safety and resilience.
The Honourable Minister reminded the new councillors that they were elected at a very opportune time. He reassured the gathering that work would soon commence on restoring Boetica's link with Pilit Savan, which was destroyed during Tropical Storm Erica.
But just recently, central government has put things in place and equipment has been mobilized. So very soon, your connection will be at a cost too in those hard times, but we recognize how important it is for you as a community, for the constituency and the connection, the connection. So that has been prioritized and that has been done. So very soon, this little hurdle of yours would have passed this hurdle. Granted, it gives you comfort in terms of the convenience and getting to Roseau quickly. Apart from that, I know it also helps Honorable Defoe's constituency. Most of the fish come from his constituency. So even from a nutrition point, that is why the Honorable Minister of Health is smiling, because healthier food for you. Okay? So everybody is playing a part there, whether it's Honorable Defoe, Honorable Laville, whether it's for you all and the constituency.
Incoming Chairman Larry Smith said it was a new chapter for the Boetica Village Council.
Our vision for Boetica is one of unity, one of progress and prosperity. Together we will work to enhance the quality of life for all our residents, addressing the challenges we face and seizing the opportunities that lie ahead. This is not a task for the council alone, but a collective effort. We invite every villager to join us, to share your ideas, your concerns, your dreams for our village. Let us make our development agenda inclusive from day one, with you at the forefront.
He intends to get all hands on deck as the new council forges ahead.
As chair, I will champion the cause of ownership of our development and provide an appropriate bridge for inclusive planning, implementation and monitoring of projects, resource mobilization, and to ensure constant and clear communication with residents. This includes residents who are here in Dominica and those who are overseas.
The new council has been encouraged to dig deeper and reach higher in the quest to address current day challenges.
You have been elected at a time when the country's priority is focused on building stronger communities. Nationally, we can speak of all our major capital investments that are now on stream, all geared at enhanced economic benefits for our people and for Dominica. Councils, therefore, must be called upon to position themselves to govern more astutely, especially now in this rapidly changing environment. It cannot be business as usual.
Other elected members of the Boetica Village Council are Ken Joseph, Marlon Smith, and Philip Geist. Nominated members are Persia Senville, Angelina Daniel Bernard, and Flavia Lando. Julian Morris for the Government Information Service.
Thanks, Julian, for that report. WUSC Caribbean Dominica Inc., in collaboration with various stakeholders, has coordinated a practical demonstrative training session on access to finance and market readiness on Tuesday. The session engaged over 60 farmers and forms part of WUSC's mission to promote sustainable agriculture in Dominica.
So this session is a critical one. It comes at a critical time, and of course we are very elated for the support of the government of Canada who has funded this project. The project is now in year 4, just started year 4, so over the last few years what we've done is actually connect the dots in terms of linking farmers to markets. But before we got here, we had quite a bit of interactions. This is actually the third sequel of a series of buyer symposium we had previously.
The training focused on key areas such as access to finance, record keeping, marketing, and branding.
Today's session is an inclusive one. We have over 60 farmers in the house and producers, as well as I think livestock farmers as well as crop farmers are in the house as well. And we have a series of training. We started today by having a discussion with financiers, and you could understand the interaction that was there, the live participation of producers and the financiers at the Aid Bank, the NDFD, and DYBT as well, who shared knowledge to these farmers, and it allowed them to ask questions as well as well as opportunities for accessing finance. Later on, we're going to be having a series of interactive sessions, and these sessions are practical, tactical, demonstrative sessions where we won't just be receiving PowerPoint presentations, but it will be a working session.
The sessions will lay the groundwork for a pilot marketing project between WUSC Caribbean Inc. and Fine Foods Inc. in Dominica.
This is actually the initial step of what we refer to as a marketing pilot, and it will encompass a number and series of training. We have a lot of women producers in the house. We have youth agro-processors as well, but we're happy and elated for the partnership that we can testify of today, because it is a very deep partnership. We're actually going to be running this marketing pilot jointly with Fine Foods Inc., but we're hoping that this marketing pilot can be a learning experience for other supermarkets to come on board as well.
Dr. Paquette Ansem spoke of the expected outcome of these initiatives.
And at the end of the day, we want to see that this transitions not only to capacity building, but tactical interventions that will allow farmers to learn and grow, and be able to provide the market with sustainable and, of course, consistent supply of high quality produce. And I would have said as well that the Dominica Bureau of Standards should also be in the house with us as well, and they too will be speaking about standards and quality. So it has been an interactive session. It's one of a few. We plan to have a few others down the road before the marketing pilot can be launched. And we're just actually trying to prepare our farmers to be able to better supply the supermarkets. The first session is today, but the marketing pilot will begin with 25 farmers who have been selected by the suppliers, well, I should say by the buyers, and out of that we hope that we can emerge and grow in terms of other pilots as well.
The pilot marketing project will foster a greater relationship between Fine Foods Inc. and agricultural producers.
To WUSC, I say thanks for the continued effort at education and opportunities being made available to us as produce buyers, as well as to our farmers and suppliers, as we all benefit from your proactive and much needed appreciated assistance and guidance. I would like to wish both our farmers and WUSC the very best in this undertaking and look forward to the benefits to be derived for the mutual benefit of us all.
The training session was supported by the National Development Foundation of Dominica, NDFD, DEXIA, the Dominica Bureau of Standards, DAIC, Aid Bank, the Dominica Youth Business Trust, and the Ministry of Agriculture. With plans to revive tennis in Dominica, Member of Parliament for the Roseau Central Constituency, Honorable Melissa Popon-Skerritt, visited the site of the old Dominica Club. She was accompanied by the other relevant stakeholders when she visited the site on Monday, June 10, 2024. The area, which has been abandoned for some time, is a proposed site for the new tennis courts, which could begin as early as this week.
One of the things we will be working on is rehabilitating the tennis courts, as well as adding additional sporting options in this area. I have teamed up with the Olympic Committee, who have been in contact with Pan Am Sports. And part of our project here, they have come on board to fund partial works in terms of the courts and certain aspects of the development of this area. And so we are looking to start as soon as this week.
Honorable Popon-Skerritt is excited for the opportunity to bring the area back to a family-friendly space.
I am particularly excited about this because tennis is something I always wanted to bring back in this area. The old tennis guys always would say, you know, this is always a very interesting place where families and children and sports enthusiasts, tennis enthusiasts would come here every afternoon. And even as a child, I remember coming here. I used to do ballet in the building, which is still there, but we are going to demolish it. And so it was an area where families could come and meet. Children after school would come and hang out in this area.
The rehabilitated space is also expected to create a new attraction for visitors to the island as Dominica continues to expand its sports tourism sector.
We would like it to be not just for our locals, but for tourists as well. The tourists, as you know, have been looking for more experiences within the Roseau area. And sports tourism, there's a growing demand for sports tourism. So I know that we will also be able to tap into the tourists who come on our cruise ships in Roseau. And so this is essentially what it is. There are many different phases. In the first phase, we do the construction works. The tennis courts should be ready very soon. We have most of the equipment ready for pickleball, for rollerblading, for tennis and table tennis as well. And then later down, we will work into the entrance area where we may include kiosks for vendors.
Meanwhile, President of the Dominica Olympic Committee, DOC, Mr. Billy Doctorow, says the DOC is pleased to collaborate with the parliamentary representative on this project.
This has been a home of tennis from way back, since I was a little boy. So that has been a long time. So recently we made a submission to one of our financiers, Pan Am Sports, and they have agreed to meet part of the costing of refurbishing of this area. So we have it broken down in different stages. The demolition of the building behind my back right there, the entrance and the actual court. And there'll be further development as we go, but we are happy from the Dominica Olympic Committee point of view that we can see light at the in the tunnel.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. Construction to modernize Dominica Grammar School has resumed. The new facility, being built by Montreal Management Consultant Establishment, will feature 3 buildings for classes and lectures, a library and administrative block. Minister for Education, the Honorable Octavia Alfred, says while there are few challenges, they are getting creative moving forward as there are students' needs to be considered as they try to fast-track the project.
The work is progressing very quickly. We were having some challenges because the level of noise, because now we're into a process where they're grinding with grinders, so you have the noise and the dust. But we have since resolved this issue. The contractors have agreed to do other things that will require less dust and less noise, because the fact about it is we cannot stop because we're already a little behind. In addition to that, we do not have a case where the people can work in the afternoon because we have a Goodwill school in the afternoon shift. So we have to, even if we're not doing what we are supposed to be doing for now, we have to continue engaging in work.
Due to ongoing works, the Ministry of Education has had to make adjustments to accommodate students writing exams.
So what we've done is that we have pulled up the exams for both schools 1 week in advance. So by the 21st of June, all exams will be over and the students will be home, and the work that we are supposed to be doing, we can do it in the absence of students there. Also, there's part of the existing building that needs work to be done, but we need the building for one last exam on the top floor for CXC on the 14th. So by the 15th, that section will be cleared. So we are hoping that we will now accelerate during summer, and by September, we should be seeing pretty much, although if you go there now, you will see what people see when they pass, that's the top, but a lot of work is going on the ground area where you can see the auditorium and you can see everything.
The Honorable Minister commends the stakeholders for their understanding and cooperation during the rollout of the project.
We are happy that the principal and the parents and the students at the school, they also understand that we, all of us, have to put our heads together to come up with a solution. So grammar school and Goodwill school, by the 21st, they'll be out of there and the work will pick up again with a faster speed than what it is now. But now, although we are a little slow, but we have not stopped. We are in consideration of the students who are there now.
Upon completion, the facility will boast a 600-seat auditorium and theater block, as well as a greenhouse, football field, basketball court, tennis court, green area, and parking. The project is funded under the Dominica Citizenship by Investment Program. Caribbean Medical Mission is currently on a week-long trip to Dominica to offer a range of medical services to citizens. This is being done in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Social Services. The outreach began on Monday, June 10 at the Grand Bay Health Center and will continue throughout the week, visiting La Plaine on Tuesday, June 11, Wesley and surrounding areas on Wednesday, June 12, Newtown on Thursday, June 13, and Portsmouth Hospital on Friday, June 14. Services will run from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day.
We are here to offer these free medical services, and in areas we have an ophthalmologist with us. He will be doing the eye exams and treating the various eye ailments. We have an OBGYN. She will be doing the pap smears and general women's health. We have our pediatricians who are seeing the children and offering these child examinations. We have internists who will be doing the adult exams. And unfortunately, we do not have our dental team due to unforeseen circumstances.
Ms. George is excited for the opportunity to give back to her country.
We have a psychologist who will be also doing mental health counseling. So it gives me great delight to be able to serve Dominica. We've been to various islands in the Caribbean, even to Ghana, West Africa, and we've seen lots of patients. So knowing the fact that we can at least see a good number of persons today, I am happy about that. I'm really and truly appreciative of the fact that the people are able to come out to be seen.
Caribbean Medical Mission, CMM, is a non-profit organization with a core mission to enhance the health and welfare of marginalized communities across the Caribbean region. Its inception dates back to 1997, initiated by a group of medical professionals from Jamaica. CMM is committed to delivering accessible and cost-effective primary health care services to individuals. The government of Dominica has accorded an official funeral to His Eminence Kelvin Edward Cardinal Felix. A memorial mass will be celebrated for the late Cardinal Felix at the Cathedral Chapel in Roseau on Wednesday, June 19, 2024 at 10 a.m. Viewing will take place on Tuesday, June 18, 2024 from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Cathedral Chapel. Flags will be flown at half-staff on all public buildings on Tuesday, June 18 and Wednesday, June 19, 2024. Cardinal Felix, the first Catholic priest to be ordained in Dominica, entered the priesthood in 1956 and was consecrated Archbishop in 1981. He was president of the Antilles Episcopal Conference and the Caribbean Conference of Churches and proclaimed cardinal by Pope Francis in 2014. He was the recipient of Dominica's highest honor, the Dominica Award of Honor, in 1999. The government of Dominica expresses sincerest condolences to his bereaved family and the members of the Catholic community in Dominica and the Caribbean. Member of Parliament for the Maho constituency, Honorable Kasani Laville, has called on his constituents to play an active role in the development of their communities. He emphasized that the responsibility cannot solely rest on the shoulders of the council and government. He highlighted the importance of maintaining cleanliness in the surrounding areas.
We can't simply take white goods and place it in a corner, hoping that a garbage truck will take it, even though there was no announcement for white goods. We cannot just throw our old fridge, or old stove or refrigerator in Zabico or Shimekoe River or the ravine in Taro. We cannot do this. When there are community events, my friends, you must come forward and help to organize, instead of complaining that it used to be better a long time ago.
As government continues to invest in major developments in the Maho constituency, a united effort is required to revive the community's spirit of involvement in areas such as culture and heritage.
Let us bring back our culture and tradition in our community. The pulse of Kadas was in Maho, and Carnival was rich and alive. Let us not make the highlight of our carnival an electronic band. Let us line the streets with the talent and culture that we have here that exists. Let's bring back Sensei Building, Juve, costumes, and the like. Let us work with our neighboring communities and bring back the inter-school games we called Maho School Games. And the Maho Junior Monarch, and our princess shows that we used to have a long time ago in our old school. Now we have a new school. Let's do it better. Let's do it bigger. Let us be each other's keepers and not make the efforts of your leaders be in vain and fall to the traps of criticism when no one comes forward to volunteer their talents and their skills.
Residents, particularly the youth, are encouraged to take advantage of the numerous initiatives made available by the government to empower them.
When we organize our computer skills classes right here across in our digital hub with over 20 computers, and the one we have upstairs, thanks to the generosity of our dear neighbor, Mrs. Pemberton, I see her son is here.
who completely outfitted a new computer room. So by the grace of God, we now have 2. Let us encourage our children to use these facilities and empower themselves. Let's not do like last summer when in a class with 25 seats, less than half were filled. Let's do better than that. Let's equip our children and our youth to approach and be empowered and emboldened for this modern world.
Coming up next, the Creole News Highlight with Jeno Jacob.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel Creole, non, Monsieur Jeno Jacob. Après cyclone Maria, le gouvernement a adopté un Build Back Better, bâti primaire policy pour toute l'école à Dominica. Travail a continué pour bâtir un autre morceau à sur l'école Grammar School. Tout puis, l'école a continué en une autre section. L'école secondaire Goodwill et puis Grammar School qui a servi section Salah. Ministère pour l'éducation, honorable Octavia Alfred dit, il y a un meeting et puis mettre l'école et puis contracteur pour baisser à sous toin et puis poussière.
Il y a des enfants dans l'école là qui ont respiratory problem. Il y a 3 enfants dans l'école là, ils ont épilepsie. Les enfants qui ont épilepsie, toin qui mène maladie là sur eux. Ça a irrité eux. So, nous faisons un meeting avec ces principaux là, des principaux là, ces contracteurs là, et nous d'accord, qui contracteur là, qui fait travail, qui pas require tout train ça là, avec tout infirmier là, mais nous avons dit nous on petit derrière un projet là. So, nous passons ni completely stop work. So, ça nous avons fait, nous demandé c'est l'école là pour mener examen monter en semaine en avance. So, par 21 mois là, Grammar School avec Goodwill School, yo qui fini avec exam. C'est teachers là qui servi co-host là pour faire report card yo, ces enfants là qui à case. Et nous le dernier CXC qui a fait point place à le 14th of June, laisse passer, nous qui commencé pour préparation pour travail commencer à dans building là qui là actuellement.
Ministre de l'Éducation qui a fait autant de travail pour éduquer les enfants Dominique.
Nous avons beaucoup de travail en 4H. En 4H, actuellement, nous avons 4 livres 4H. Et bien, moi, les dit bien fait pour moi, c'est Bud Paul. Parce que depuis qu'il est venu National Coordinator là, il a 4H là, beaucoup d'attention. Nous avons ces 4 livres ça là. Nous avons des enfants qui ont fait compétition en préparation manger, compétition en public speaking. Nous avons aussi fait drama avec. Il y a des enfants avec parents qui étaient allés à Saint-Lucia pour un camp. Nous avons aussi beaucoup de places au Caribbean actuellement. Nous avons demandé Dominique pour aider pour lever 4H pour mener 4H vivre encore. Et ça qui est 4H déjà pour nous aider pour venir plus fort. So, entre là qui vient là, grand vacances là, nous avons différents pays qui veulent teacher avec trainer avec les enfants pour apprendre Dominique. Comment pour faire 4H la plus dynamique. Et bien actuellement, nous, Dominique sorti 2e en 4H. So Jamaïque c'est premier, et Dominique c'est 2e.
Le gouvernement Dominique paye l'argent et était cadré Midwestern University l'Amérique pour étudiants qui ont sous scholarship. Étudiants ça relaxé et puis étudier pour succès académique. Le gouvernement paye toute dette étudiant tenue. Ça a montré committement gouvernement en développement et puis éducation jeunes gens Dominique, committement en éducation étudiant local et puis international. Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre, qui est à ce Council 9 Village Boetica, pour une committement et puis responsabilité en affaires management council. Dr. McIntyre a représenté Premier ministre Dominique, Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt en 17 inauguration council à lundi. Chairman 9 là c'est Larry Smith. Les autres membres électés, c'est Ken Joseph, Malone Smith et puis Philippe Gist. Membres nominés, c'est Pusha Saintville, Angelina Daniel, ça c'est Bernard et puis Flavia Lando. Le gouvernement a décidé pour ouvrir chemin entre Boetica et puis Petite Savane. Chemin ça a été détruit en désastre, Erika. Ça c'est tout à ce nouvel en créole. Non, moi c'est Jeno Jacob. Au revoir.
As we're in the midst of the hurricane season, it's crucial to take proactive steps to protect yourself and your family. Today's tip: build a disaster supply kit. create a disaster supply kit that includes non-perishable food, bottled water, medication, first aid supplies, flashlights, batteries, a multi-tool, and important documents. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am Aaliyah Martin. Thank you.